Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Connie Balmer! Connie Balmer was first today. So thank you very much, Connie Balmer. And good evening to you. I think it is, let me see. Let me guess. Ooh, still kind of late though. I think it's like about 1:35 a.m. there, if I'm correct, right? By 1:35 a.m. Oh, maybe it's worse. Maybe it's no, not yeah. By 1:35. By 1:35. I think so. All right, living legend. That's Prince Harry, the living legend. And okay, you all, they are losing it over in Narnia. They are losing it. Do you hear me? Losing it because of this. And I can't help but think that the big aggravating factor, well, as one squatty said, it's the living legend that seems to be problematic. I think the other thing is that they were so sure that they were causing hurt and embarrassment to Prince Harry with that whole Sandringham thing. That seemed to be so important to them that it affected Harry in a certain way, and that it made him, I guess, look embarrassed on the global stage, because here he is, probably one of the more famous people to ever have gone through Sandhurst, and of course the most beloved and most popular alive today, and yet they decided to omit his name from the whatever book that was, and then of course they had William do the forward for the book. How petty can you be? And so, because of that, I guess Harry was supposed to be so torn and devastated and hurt. The fact that he's the most popular royal on the royal man on the planet, and Meghan, of course, is the most popular royal. Period. You look at the Google searches, and you'll see that there have been far more searches for the Duchess of Sussex than anybody else. Now, whether you like her, I'll leave that to you and God. But in terms of popularity, in terms of bankability, let's face it, whatever Meghan wears sells. But anyway, I don't want to stray too far from my point. They thought they were really injuring Harry by skipping his name in that book. They omitted his name and had his brother write the forward for the book, or anyway, they submitted a forward in his name. I refuse to believe that Workshop Will wrote that forward. Um, that's a bunch of hooey, but that's neither here nor there. Um, the important thing is that Harry is being recognized for his achievements yet again. This is one of several awards that I'm sure, and recognitions, let's not forget recognitions, but one of several awards and recognitions that the Duke of Sussex will receive this year. And of course, Harry is not just the Duke of Sussex, he's His Royal Highness Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. He's a royal duke, which means he's a prince of the blood. Oh, you know what? I got my microphone like laying down here. Let me stand it up so you can, I hope you can hear me properly. It's a good microphone, so it works pretty well. I just popped something in the oven, so in about 55 minutes, I got to take it out. But don't worry, I got my egg timer set. So yeah, it says about 55 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. It's one of those things that I saw at Trader Joe's, and I was hesitant to get it because I'm just like, oh, that's a long time to sit in the oven. But because it's so cold out, um, this is a perfect weather to put something in the oven, and this way you're not really straining the AC or anything like that. So seemed like good weather for it. It's some kind of shepherd pie thing. So I'm looking forward to trying that. So Connie Balmer was here first. Thanks, Connie Balmer. And let's see who else is here. Yellow Rose T, Yellow Rose 1. Jennifer Smith, Marcel Callender. Who else is here? Beverly Jackson. Oh, how sweet. Peace, love, and blessings. Early live event, which I almost missed due to previous times. Baron, we applaud you and the great work which involves much research. Yeah, some days I never thought I would be doing this much reading and research. I thought I'd just log on and say a couple of things and, have the whole rest of the day to myself. But but it's fun. Trust me when I say it, it's a lot of fun. Hey, Joan Garcia. Okay, I'm just scrolling all the way down to the last. Judy Matat said, okay, FC, Adrian Burrow, Kim Harris, Black Queen, very cool. B. Martin, excellent. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? So I don't know if you guys are familiar with aviation, but it's one of my favorite things. I just love airplanes. Hey, Ethan's husband. Well, one of the things that I watch on the YouTube from time to time is Simply Flying, and it's just a bunch of facts about aircraft, the sales of aircraft, uh, which companies are, they have that, what is it, the Farnborough Air Show every year. And then, of course, there's the Paris Air Show. And I love that kind of stuff. So Simply Flying is one of those, well, it's a newsletter. They have a YouTube channel and I'm sure some other platforms that they're on. But, and so when I saw Simply Flying, I'm like, okay, well, this is good. No politics, just the story. So they also spoke about, obviously, Prince Harry. Says here, Britain's Prince Harry to become a living legend of aviation. On Friday, Prince Harry will become a living legend of aviation. So Prince Harry, the former British Army pilot, will be honored as a living legend of aviation for his extraordinary aviation accomplishment. Their words, not mine. During his time in the Army, he served 2 tours in Afghanistan and accumulated over 200 flying hours. In addition to his aviation background, Prince Harry has also made significant contributions as a philanthropist, including founding the Invictus Games for wounded service members and veterans. Okay, again, they're not political. They don't take sides. They just talk about aviation. And as you can see, they mentioned that as part of his background. It is the one of the driving things, I'm sure, behind his name being submitted to the committee for consideration for this award or being inducted into the Living Legends, uh, whatever they call it. But yeah, so that is why, because he is very well respected for his accomplishments and the philanthropy. And let's not forget travel lists. Travel lists is something that is being used in the industry, and don't think that the people at Simply Flying have not recognized that. There is no future to the aviation industry without addressing sustainability. And even though the tabloid media has gone out of their way to call Harry a hypocrite for flying rather than walking, for taking a private jet, even if it was going in that direction anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a chance to carry out this vendetta against Harry and and his family because he left the British royal family behind and moved on with his life. He decided to walk away from the briefing and the leaks and attacks, a lot of which was coming from within the household. And so he left and he moved on. And of course, they just don't want to let go. It's become a huge source of income for a lot of people that work for the tabloids. And of course, part of the leaking is paying, and people who leak usually get paid. We found that out from the report from the byline about how there was 400 pounds, was it? No, 4,000 pounds paid for information about the Sussexes leaving. Even on their way out the door, people were, paying for information. So, that seems to have been one of the reasons why they had to go. And so Harry's commitment to philanthropy and humanitarian causes has not changed. Travelers is something that he started before he even left from the UK. And that information that's provided with Travelers, it gives you a chance to consider your carbon footprint. That's all it does. It helps you to consider your intentions, whether you want to do this or to do that or go this way or that way. When you buy a plane ticket, you can see what is my contribution when it comes to my carbon footprint or carbon emissions, right? That's what Travelers is about. It's not saying don't fly. Harry has never told anyone, don't fly, don't fly. He's never said that. And then, of course, Meghan is attacked about the environment. And I don't know what Meghan's environmental stance is, because I don't think she's ever mentioned it. But because she's married to Harry, they try to say that they're both saying don't do this while we do that, but that is not the case for either one of them. And the real hypocrites when it comes to the environment and carbon emissions is Charles and William and the rest of that family, not the Sussexes. It's very rare that they fly anywhere. And of course, Charles and William, they're helicopters and private jets every day of the week, every day. Whenever they leave the house, it involves a helicopter and a private jet. Rarely do they drive, unless they're going across the estate, they're flying. And what do they use for helicopters? The same aviation fuel that they use for a jet. So anyway, I'm glad to see that Simple Flying is running this article about Prince Harry. It just goes to show that there are some people who haven't lost their entire mind in this world. And I appreciate that. So Black Queen says, Baron, love this early time, 10 p.m. Eastern time or earlier is great. Falling asleep if later. Thanks for your hard work and dedication. Well, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being a moderator, of course, and also being a subscriber to Royal Sussex. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. I'm going to continue. Lottie, thank you for being here. So right here, Britain's Prince Harry is set to be named as a living legend of aviation at an award ceremony in Beverly Hills, California on January the 19th, 2024. The prince will be inducted and honored by Living Legends of Aviation at their 21st annual Living Legends of Aviation Award. The Living Legends of Aviation honors 100 remarkable men and women of extraordinary aviation and aerospace accomplishments. Not just the pilot, but a philanthropist also, As previously mentioned, Prince Harry um, has engaged in philanthropic endeavors such as the Invictus Games, which he founded in March of 2014. The Invictus Games, which is the brainchild of the Duke of Sussex, is a Paralympic style sports competition for veterans, wounded service personnel, and their families. The seventh Invictus game is scheduled for 2025 and will be hosted by Vancouver Whistler in Canada, as the living legends of aviation noted in the January 10th statement. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, a British Army veteran and pilot with 10 years military service, and creator of the Invictus Games for wounded service members and veterans around the world. So that, of course, was what was in the statement that came from the Living Legends when they, named Harry as one of the four people that are being inducted and honored this year. So very cool. Let me see. Joyce Yvette Davis, Baron, do you think Charles and Will would have allowed Harry to get this award if he was still a working member of the family? I don't. I think so. I think so. I mean, I don't know. Well, they may have prevented him from going to the award, but I don't think that they would have prevented him from accepting the award. Um, but maybe by accepting it, maybe there would have been some type of, retaliation for it. But it's kind of hard to say because, fortunately, we will never know what would have happened if Harry had stayed because, at this point, there's no going back, certainly. And yeah, that's a good question because with the Queen, Harry Harry did go and accept that award when he was 27, the one that was presented by the whatever group that is, and it was Colin Powell who um, introduced him. So, I mean, he did get that award, but I get your point though, because they don't want Harry to have any advantage over William. That has been made very clear. But I don't know if he would have still been there as a working member of the family. I don't know that they would have. I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have stopped it. I don't think they would have liked it, but I don't think they would have stopped it. They may have prevented him from going to accept the award. And I really doubt that that would have happened because, I mean, let's face it, Harry, he's a grown adult man and he can put his foot down when he chooses to. And I think it would have caused a lot of conflict within the family, but I don't think that they could have stopped him. So, yeah, I'm going to say that I don't suspect that he would have been prevented from accepting the award, but they may have tried to make it very difficult for him to receive it in person. So that I could see them being petty like that, like perhaps finding someplace that I could imagine Harry like in Sri Lanka on the same day that the award would have been presented. That's they probably would have sent him to Tibet, but I don't think they would have stopped him. I mean, he's gotten plenty honors while he was still there. So, yeah, I'm just going to say they would probably try to find some shady way to prevent him from going. But thank you so much for the super chat. And Leg says, Baron, don't forget that Tampon and Baldylocks are the heirs. The rule literally don't apply to them. They dictate the rules. Hypocrites and evil. True that, true that. Yeah, they definitely will find, they have found ways to change the rules, especially since Meghan has shown up. They have and will probably continue to change the rules to suit whatever narrative that they want. So yes, I think that the I'm pretty sure the award would have been presented, but Harry probably wouldn't have been there to get it. I kind of think that they would try to do everything. They'd find some excuse why he couldn't go and be around the Hollywood types, because at this point we know how desperately William wants to win over America. So that's a tough one, though. That is a tough one. Exactly what would be the disposition if Harry was still there? Hmm. Well, fortunately, we will never find out. Lex says he would have it accept it in the honor of Tampa. Oh yeah, like with that speech, I get it. Yeah. However, I might have out. However, it might have outshined them, so maybe not. Yeah, yeah. That is, Joyce. That is a very good question. That is a very good question. You've given me a lot to think about, anyway. Okay, I'm going to continue. So right here, you can see that very complex machine, the Apache helicopter. Um, it has all the advanced avionics that you would expect in something that costs almost $50 million, if not more nowadays. But from what I read, the UK has 47 of those. And I don't know how many the United States Army has, but it is quite lethal. And pilot Lauren Sanchez to become living legend of aviation. So I don't know why she's not listed in the 4 people. Oh, you know what? This is published. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't see her listed with those 4 people. But Lauren Sanchez flies on her own rotor to win a national award for overcoming dyslexia to make her own contribution to aviation. So this, of course, is, I believe she's the fiance of Jeff Bezos, right? And I have to admit, I'm going to be very honest. It wasn't that I said to myself, ugh, what does he see in her? I just didn't know that she had so much going for her. You know what I'm saying? I thought, okay, looks like she's a little top heavy. And I guess when I see someone that appears, I'm not saying that she has, but I just assume when I see someone who seems to be rather gifted, you know, boob wise, I thought, oh, is she smart? You know what I mean? Is she, that I'm sorry, that's what I always think. Uh, I guess I underestimated her abilities, right? But at the same time, I am mature enough to know that if someone like Jeff Bezos finds her interesting and decides that he wants to be with her, she's got to have something going for her. So the really cool thing is that I've got to learn a few things about her. So Black Ops Aviation is an aerial film company founded by Lauren Sanchez, a former pop news reporter, news anchor turned helicopter pilot, and chief executive officer, CEO, for Sanchez. She was going from passion to passion. So over here on the right, you can see Lauren Sanchez, founder of Black Ops Aviation, will receive a Vertical Flight Hall of Fame award for her accomplishments in aviation. Black Ops Aviation, Sanchez Aerial Film Company, has worked on projects like Shatner in Space and has collaborated with Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. Sanchez uses flying helicopters to find inner space and has engaged in philanthropic efforts supporting migrant children's education and funding female student pilots. So she flies. She's a pilot. And I believe she worked for E News before, or was Extra or Entertainment Tonight. Uh, I think it was Extra. I think she worked for E News before. So um, essentially, she has gone from being a television personality to CEO of her own company. And one of the reasons why she pushed so hard to do that is because do you know that only 6% of pilots are women? I found that out from Lauren Sanchez. Also, I found out that she realized that there was not many people that looked like her. So that was another reason why she wanted to, get into aviation. And it's a good thing. I mean, remember about a year ago, I posted, well, not posted, but I did a report on Royal Sussex about the all female flight crew for, I think it was Ethiopian Airlines or was it Kenya? I think it was Ethiopia. They had an all women's flight crew and they were all women of color, black women, flying that plane. The air hostess or flight attendants were all women. So um, right now there's 6% of the pilots are women, but don't forget that the same people that are presenting this award to Harry, they also have Kitty Hawks, which is there to promote aviation to children. And those children, some of them are going to be the pilots of tomorrow. So it's a good thing. So anyway, that's a little bit about Lauren Sanchez. I invite you to go learn some stuff on your own, and I was glad to share it. I after like seeing an interview with her, she seems very very cool, and Jeff Bezos is lucky to have her in his life. Very solid person. And then there's business time. I don't suspect that anything about that article was was political or biased or anything like that. But again, it just goes to show how wide and reason why there's two of the same things here is because you have to be very careful when someone shares something on the internet. Do what I do. Before you share it, verify it. So on the left side is what someone shared. And then I went to find the actual website and I found it on the right side. So um, always good to do that. I try to do that most times because, as you know, sometimes people will take license with the headline, um, you know, not to be shady, but just for fun or fun shade. But Prince Harry soars into Aviation Hall of Fame, triumphing over Sandhurst snub. I love that. Um, and again, that is why they're so, um, I guess, uh, fractured over this. There's because they're very fragile people to begin with, and so when they try to insult Harry, only to find out that he's receiving this award, the response from the tabloids, from the Royal Rota, it's almost frightening. I mean, they are literally frothing at the mouth. They are frothing at the mouth because of this award. What do you mean, living legend? This is absurd. Joyce says, Bear, remember when Harry was going to rank higher than Will in the military? Harry couldn't get the higher rank, so to be named a living legend over Will. Very cool. Yes, that did happen, right? I heard that before somewhere that they didn't want Harry to get that rank because he would have outranked his brother. He already outclassed him and outshines him. May as well outrank him. Amen. Anastasia says, Women in aviation, I am all for it, even though I am a sailor, a passion that I inherited from my father and my grandfather who served in the Navy. Very cool. Okay, good to know that. Okay. Oh, you mean the open air sewer water? That's good stuff. It's full of all of the mercury and lead and arsenic that your body needs anyway, right? Hmm. Not to mention all of that baking soda from Uncle Gary. You know, they say London has some of the highest concentration of baking soda in the municipal water. And you know what? That explains something, I suppose. All of that baking soda, that's why there's so many people over there that looks just like this. That's why there's so many people over there that looks like that because of all that baking soda in the municipal water. Woo! That's why it's all that baking soda. Anyway, moving on. Right here, this is from that article. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, is poised to be inducted into the Living Legends of Aviation Hall of Fame, an honor that distinguishes him against eminent figures like Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. This recognition comes amid the stir caused by his omission from the Sandhurst Academy 200 most notable alumni list, a contrast to the inclusion of his brother, Prince William. So, Prince William wrote the foreword, but was he also included in the list? I know he did the forward, but I don't know if he was included in the list itself. So help me out with that one because I thought it was just he wrote the forward, and the whole point was to just get his name in there while omitting Harry. That was very stupid of them, though. That was reckless and irresponsible because considering Harry's work with the veterans, omitting him from that book was petty, very petty. And the people who are responsible for that, they deserve the business end of a buggy whip. Gosh, I sound old, don't I? Haven't heard that one in a while. He ought to have the business end of the buggy whip. Anyway, let us move on. So there's William, living legend of aviation. Um, there's people that have flown Apache helicopters. And then, of course, there are some people like William who literally just dream of doing some real flying. You know what I mean? So this actually, someone had posted this on the social media site formerly known as Twitter. And I removed Harry's South Park image and threw that in there. Yeah, that was supposed to be the South Park image of Harry. So I was like, uh-huh. So I removed Harry and put the real character, cartoon character in there, William. So I like doing that though. Sometimes when I see that the Rangers have gone through so much trouble, and I mean to tell you, I could do something like this in minutes and put it right back on the social media site formerly known as Twitter. It's what they deserve anyway. There's been a few of those where they tried to make something like silly with Harry and Meghan, and I take it and I replace it with Willie Leaks and Lazy Katie, also known as Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. So you all probably remember this interview. William was so shady and sarcastic. The reporter really only wanted to speak to Harry. Harry did his best to stay in character, while William was pretty much almost doing like a little dance to try to get attention away from Harry. Of course, they were obliged to have William speak because of the whole, what do you call it, the rankings and such, it would have been weird if William didn't speak, but Harry was already at the top of his game, and it showed. So, uh, if you've ever seen this video, and I'm not sure I can share it with you, as you can see, it's ITV, but very interesting. The whole body language of it, you could see a very agitated and insecure William, and cool, calm, and collective Harry. While William, pretty much by the end of the interview, I swear his slip was showing. I was like, "Hey, lady." I was like Jerry Lewis. "Hey, lady, your slip is showing. Hey, lady. Your slip is showing." Anyway, I'm going to move on. So, right here, um, this is a very public person, but I decided to block her name on the thing anyway. But it says right here, for all the people calling me a liar, among other things, even the Daily Mail got it right for a change. Prince Harry gets his latest set of wings after qualifying as an Apache aircraft commander, giving him full control of fearsome helicopters. So one of the things that the Royal Rodent has been doing, and this is what Robert Jobson, Robert, where's my CPAP Josem? The other day, Robert Jobson sat there with whoever that woman under that mountain of wig hair. I forget her name, but he said that I don't even think he could fly the thing. He was just a co-pilot. No, he wasn't just a co-pilot. Harry was qualified, certified to fly the Apache helicopter. Yes, he had won an award for the best gunner, but he also went on to pilot the Apache helicopter. Says right here, this is the Daily Mail, and this is from, oh gosh, when was this? This was July 2013. Prince Harry gets his latest set of wings after qualifying as an Apache aircraft commander, giving him full control of fearsome helicopters. Harry can now assume full control of the Army's deadly weapon system. The hard-earned qualification is the culmination of 3 years of training. It involves conducting a simulated attack on RAF speed. What is that? In Cumbria. Earlier this year, he completed a tour of Afghanistan as an Apache co-pilot. So he was also trained as a co-pilot first, right? Then he became fully licensed and certified to command the Apache helicopter. So there's a distinction. Yes, he has been a co-pilot, he has been a gunner, but he also had gotten his qualification to fly that fearsome machine. So apparently, this lady who is from Australia, apparently she had a lot of people that just didn't believe her. And when she was pushing back against the big lie that Harry could not fly, she set the record straight. No, he is a pilot. He has certification. He is a pilot. So there you go. And a darn good one, I might add. And right there, oh, hold on, I can't see that. Give me a second here. I got another one off to the side here. There we go. Prince Harry has qualified as an Apache aircraft commander, giving him overall control of the two-man helicopter during missions. Kensington Palace has said the 28-year-old who earlier this year completed a tour of Afghanistan as an Apache co-pilot gunner qualified in his new role this week. His commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Tom Delarue, said this is a tremendous achievement for Captain Wells, who passed with flying colors. He passed with flying colors. You know, with all of this pushback because of this award, the only thing that they're doing is causing people to learn more about Harry and his achievements. The Apache attack helicopter, Prince Harry has qualified as an Apache aircraft commander, giving him overall control of the two-man helicopter during missions. As you can see, there's some stats for the Apache. It's a very narrow aircraft. You sit front to back. And anyway, it's a fearsome flying machine. 16 Hellfire missiles. You do some damage with that. Oh, well, congratulations, Harry. So we're going to move on to another topic. I'm going to just take a quick look through here. Wouldn't that be something if he just like flew there and landed? That would be something else. That would be quite the entrance, I'm sure. Let me see. Okay, let's go then. So right here, you can see the crowds gathered in Copenhagen as Queen Marguerite abdicates. And over here, you know, sometimes the other stuff that they have on the front page is kind of funny, right? Sealed with a kiss, new king on the block. Get it? New kid on the block, new king on the block. And of course, that coupled with that horrendous, you know, headline beneath it, very odd. But what's worse is on the right side. I mean, not that the thing there in the middle isn't terrible, but I mean worse in terms of what should be a happy occasion, a new king. But they put reveal huge rise in women drinking themselves to death, as if to say, well, I won't say it. Okay, yes, I will. As if to say that the new queen consort Mary, as though this marriage that seems to have hit the rocks might cause her to try to find some escape. Yeah, I mean, is that a suggestion? Is that what that headline is supposed to be? A suggestion? Like if you are not happy and you want out, or what are they trying to say? Lex says, let's see, Charles III and Andy and Bulliam need all this deflection. Yeah, it does buy them time to allow the sick old man Andrew to fade into the background. It does buy them time. By everyone talking about this, it seems like it's a logical excuse not to address the big elephant in the room. And that, of course, is Andrew's name mentioned, some 73 times. That is an easy escape for them. It gives them a convenient way out of it when that really should be the topic of the conversation. Excellent point. Thank you. And so right here, look who is a fan of Invictus. As a matter of fact, Invictus posted on their social media, congratulations to his new Danish Royal Highness, King Frederick X. We were delighted to be able to host King Frederick at the Invictus Games numerous times throughout our history and be able to work together to aid in the recovery of the Danish armed forces. And there you can see Frederick sitting with a couple of veterans There he is shaking hands with someone who I think was swimming or whatever. And then you can see him with the other guys there. So that is the new king. I think he's 50 years old now. Yeah, I think he's 50. And poor Marguerite. There's Marguerite signing away her career as the sovereign. And now she is, I don't know what her title is now. I don't know if they're still calling her queen or not, but she's done. And he looks very, very nervous. He looks very nervous. And if you take a look here, look at his face. Look at the eyes, says it all. Those eyes say everything. Those eyes are screaming, I'm not ready. Those eyes are screaming, I ain't ready yet, y'all. And Marguerite, it was weird that she did not stay or that he did not walk her out. She just turned. And the people that were behind the door, when I watched the video, it seemed like they were not sure whether or not it was time to open the door. So however they staged this, it doesn't look like there was much practice or rehearsal. Now, the lady in blue, I heard an anchor person earlier, a commentator, mistake that as Queen Mary, but that is actually the prime minister wearing blue. So the queen, she just excused herself and walked out. Now, the young man sitting there on the right, I know he's the crown prince, but I forget his name. It was lovely the way that when the queen stood up, he quickly turned and grabbed her cane and went back over to hand it to her. You would have thought that that would have been something that the footman would have done, but no, her grandson came to the rescue. It seemed like when she got up, no one thought about her cane except for him. That's why I say this did not seem very well rehearsed at all. Well, either that or maybe there's someone, a socialite from Mexico living in Spain that he's making eye contact with. You know, and I don't want to dwell on that, on what should be a happy occasion, but he really messed up. He really messed up. Oh, thank you, Leslie F. She'll still be known as Queen Margaret. Marguerite. And so, sealed with a very nervous, anxious kiss, they did not want to kiss. Now, I don't speak Danish, but I promise you, if it wasn't for the crowd egging them on, I don't think they would have kissed. It was so awkward. I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed watching this. Embarrassed for her, embarrassed for him, embarrassed. This is not good. This is not good. Whatever is happening, it gets them off to a really bad start. This is like whatever love is, right? Whatever love means, right? That's what it is. It reminds me of whatever love means. So, who got this cup for me, you guys? Was it, I keep saying Lisa. Was it Lisa? Do you guys remember who got the big 40-ounce cup like Meghan's? Whoever that was, I just want you to know that this is by my side all day. This has become as important as my cell phone. I drink so much more water today than I did before I got this cup. So thanks a million. This cup is a lifesaver. It was Lisa. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But hey, Elaine Parker. But yeah, I love this cup. Love, love, love this cup. Okay. And so long, Queen Margaret. Thank you so much for 52 years of secondhand smoke. 52 years of secondhand smoke. If it wasn't for Queen Margaret, I think the Earth's temperature would actually be at least 1 degree lower. But because of Margaret's constant chain smoking, it has actually reduced the I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. Um, but yeah, she has contributed to global warming. There is a layer of carbon in the atmosphere. The ozone has been affected by her 52 years of reigning over the people of Denmark and raining soot and ash over the earth. So, I don't know if this means she's going to cut back on the cigarettes or not, but and you know what? I bet you she's in perfect health. I bet she's in perfect health. She looks like one of those people that, in spite of it all, is still enjoys robust health, and good for her. Good for her. So, I guess I'm sorry, Queen Mary will probably have the painters come in so they can get some of that yellow film off the walls and such. And yeah, there you go. It's done. Sealed with a kiss. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Right? Signed, sealed, and delivered. 52 years. Gosh, I wonder how old she was when she went to the throne. I forgot. Was she? Let me see. If she's, I guess she was like 20, 28 or something like that. Something like that. I forget. But 52 years. Wow. So there you have King Frederick X and Queen Mary the Pissed. Yes, King Frederick X and Queen Mary the Pissed. And maybe one of these days she will forgive him. But for now, they say that he's probably still in the doghouse. His mother told him to sit when she got up by her gesture. Yeah, yeah. It just seemed awkward, but you're probably right. You're probably right. She probably wanted him to take the seat, but it just seemed like he should have walked his mom out, or even the grandson should have walked out with her. But she just, maybe that's the way she wanted it, though. Maybe that's the way she wanted it. When she walked out of the room, she was done with her reign, and there you go. But I just wish that somebody would have walked with her. It just seemed like it would have been you see what I mean? I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the look of that. That makes me sad. None of the other stuff makes me sad. Not even, but seeing grandma like walking off like that while everybody's just standing there. Yeah. But she's tough. She's tough. She could obviously handle it. I mean, she's like I said, from what I can see, it seems as though she's enjoying good health. So, yeah, if that's the way she wanted it, so be it. Now, Princess Anne inspires Fendi latest men's fashion collection. Now, surely this is AI. If this is not AI, um, I this has got to be AI. It has to be. I don't think that is actually Princess Anne. That looks like what happens once the embalming is done. That looks like somebody just set up at a funeral home. That is scary. That is scary. Um, but well, I mean, it has Anne's afro. Whatever is going on here, that is Anne's afro. But to me, that looks like somebody just set up at the funeral home. Everybody ran out of the chapel, chairs knocked over, and everything, while they tried to get away from whatever is going on here. speaking of whatever's going on here, you guys, I got to go and check on my. I'm going to take the computer with me. So, okay, I don't think it muted that time, but I'm going to take the computer with me and go and check. I'm so excited. I've never had this before. This is something that I have seen. I think it's done. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's done. Okay. I'm going to take it out. You know, it would be fun to do like a cooking show. Okay. And I'll leave that there and let it cool off. I'm sure you guys want to know what it is. I can bring up a picture of it if you like. Okay. Uh-oh, drop the microphone. Drop the microphone. Okay, let me make sure you all can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Okay, good. Very good. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here. Hello, Naomi Maria. And Leg says, this looks like fashion forward, more reverse. Wait, no, this look isn't fashion forward, more reversed. You mean as in reversed, rolled over it and then rolled over it again, or just reverse? Listen to me, that's awful. Okay, so I made this earlier today. I call this piece Napoleon Accusation. Yeah, I'm going to call this Accusation. This depicts Napoleon pointing at Anne and accusing her of stealing his look or something like that. But yeah, so I'm going to call this Napoleon Accusation. It's French, accusation. Connie Balmer! Thank you, Connie Balmer. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thanks for staying up with us. Yes, I call this Napoleon's Accusation. It's French. And right here, so this is not the first time that Princess Anne has been cited as an inspiration or muse for a fashion movement. Nope, actually, I believe this has happened several times. So take a look here. Notice there, this is from the Telegraph. It says 19 January 2021. Why Princess Anne was the muse for this new fashion collection, the collection that will cure all your withdrawal symptoms from the crown. See there? So not the first time. And then here on the right, these two are from today. You have, what paper is that? The Age? Is that called The Age? Anyway, there's Anne there, and then at the bottom you can see from the Guardian, Frugal Princess Anne inspires latest Fendi menswear collection. Princess Royale inspired militaristic flourishes in autumn-winter showcase. Right. VS speaks royally. Hey, VS. You're just in time for Afro Annie. We're talking about her being a muse of the fall, winter, spring collection. Yeah, anyway, she's a muse. I mean, she looks amusing to me. She looks amusing to me. So, yeah, that's probably why they say she's amused, because she looks amusing. So, let me see here. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go. Gotta have a little musical accompaniment. Some music with that. Wait, is that it? No. Hold on. I don't think that's right. Uh, huh. Well, I guess that. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Okay, there we go. Hit it, Annie. Afro Annie. Right on. Right on, Annie. Oh man. Or how about this one? Oh man. I love it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But ain't nobody got time for that. So let's get back over here and get on with it, shall we? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So apparently uh Princess Anne has obviously been inspired by Napoleon and of course her mother, and also being an equestrian Olympic champion. That's part of her look. But then some of it is just practical, it's just pragmatic. So here's the collection that you heard so much about. Now, I can see, well, I don't know about you all, but would you be offended if someone said, this year's collection was inspired by Princess Anne? And of course, as you know, I've often said there's something about Princess Anne that, comes off as being a little bit of a masculine energy. Well, how did they use only men to depict one of the most famous women in the world, Princess Royale, Princess Anne? There are no women on the catwalk. There's only dudes. See what I mean? So those gentlemen are supposed to depict the Princess Royale. Yeah. Make of it what you will. I think it's very fashion forward and trendy and interesting. It has a certain artistic savoir faire. However, I would be a little bit offended if I was Princess Anne that they went and found a bunch of fellas to depict my fashion forward look. You know what I'm saying? I mean, instead of filling the runway with beautiful, statuesque women, they turned it into a real sausage fest. So, very, very interesting. Now, we all know where this look comes from. Notice that the young man with the chiseled features in the center is wearing that rather floppy hat, right? That was inspired by Princess Anne and Sir Timothy Lawrence's trip to the South Pacific during the Platinum Jubilee celebration, when Princess Anne took it upon herself to pack her luggage and actually grabbed Sir Timothy Lawrence's hat and smushed it. And of course, that right there set off a completely new fashion inspiration, which has made it all the way to the runways of Paris. Wait, was that Anne's husband's hat? Yeah, there you go. You were on top of it. You were on top of it. Let's see. There you go. Obviously, you're referring to that look. Absolutely. Well, yes, you were so right. You're so right. Little time delay, but you were so right. But yeah, so as you can see, the very sharp-eyed legs noticed that immediately that was a Sir Timothy Lawrence inspired look, the smushed hat. As a matter of fact, they should call that look smushed. And there you can see one of the models carrying a bag. I think, did they all have bags? Yeah, I guess that was inspired by Princess Anne's recent trip to Sri Lanka, where she carried her own bag. So, as you can see, I think they have the look down. They do. They have it all figured out. They have it completely sorted. Wait, was that yesterday when I did that one? Let me see here. No, not that one. I'm trying to find Anne. I think that was 2 days ago where Anne was walking down the steps of the plane unassisted. She just walked down the steps of the plane. Tim Lawrence, who is actually a few years younger than her, he was holding on for dear life. But Anne, she was like, get on with it. Well, come on. No, I don't need anybody's help. I'm Anne. I'm Princess Royale, and I can beat any man out here. So, let me see if I can find that picture of her coming down the steps. Oh, man, I think that must have been, let me see, 11. Was that the 11th? Let me try. Yeah, maybe it was the 11th. I have to tell you, I am impressed that Anne was able to navigate those steps with, oh, there she is. Look at there. She don't need no help. He's hanging on, but Anne is carrying 3 bags. He's only carrying 1. And she does, that is a very tough person. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Not that one. There we go. YM Droid says, just wait until Camilla is the muse. Oh, no. And they sent half of the farm out on the catwalk to pay homage. Silky chickens, horses, and cows. Thank you, YM Droid. But yes, if it's to do with the Queen Consort, I'm afraid it's going to look more like a what do you call that? One of those agriculture shows more than it's going to look like a fashion show. Woo! Thank you so much for that. But yeah, it's probably going to look more like some county fair where people bring their prize heifers than a fashion show. It's going to look more like the Westminster Kennel Club, more so than a fashion show. See that? Why you get me started? But yeah, it's not so much what looks good this fall or this spring. It's about who's best in show.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But ain't nobody got time for that. Uh, and of course, there it is right there, the smush. When they were on tour that time, Sir Timothy Lawrence was forced to endure the humiliation of having his favorite hat packed in Anne's luggage and smushed to Kingdom Come. But yet, like a trooper, he still endured. He wore his hat with dignity, a bit of a frown on his face, but he still managed to get through it. Um, but this guy never looks happy. He always looks very dismayed. He always looks very frumpy, very no grumpy. That's the word. He always looks grumpy. But then again, they suit each other, don't they? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think they suit each other. Oh well, so much for masculine energy. Now, as I said, the frugal Princess Anne. Here are several outfits that she has worn at least 2 times, and as many as looks like 7 times. Yeah, take a look at it. She has worn these outfits a lot, um, and some of them she's had for 40 years or more. I mean, she has had some of these outfits since the 1980s, maybe even the 70s. And what's really impressive is the fact that they still fit. She can still wear them. Now, that is impressive. If there's nothing else that you can find impressive about the Princess Royale, the fact that she can still wear those outfits all these years later. Yeah, all these years later. There are outfits that she purchased when some people just bought their first home and they're on their third home, their second husband, and she still has those same outfits. So, very, very impressive. And here's a few more of them. Check it out. This was, I forget which magazine this was in, but some of those outfits you may remember, some maybe not. And as you can see, she doesn't always wear them the same way. Sometimes she'll wear a different hat. She'll put a jacket on. But yeah, same outfit. Could you imagine if someone asked Princess Anne, Your Highness, what are you wearing? What? What are you wearing, Your Highness? What? Don't be ridiculous. I'm wearing a dress. Thank you, Your Highness. What? I don't think she's the kind of person that you're supposed to ask about her clothes. Yeah, probably better if you don't. All right, so here's the update. Yeah. So I was thinking that Sinkie should do a cover of Beyonce's song, All the Sinkie Ladies, All the Sinkie Ladies, All the Sinkie Ladies, All the Sinkie Ladies. Yes, Sinkie the Chicken should do a cover of Beyonce. If you like it, then you got to put a wing on it. If you like it, then you got to put a wing on it. Oh. And as you can see, Sinkie has made the cover of Vogue magazine. Yes, one of the squatties actually found this. Wasn't me, but one of our very intrepid squatties actually found the cover of the Vogue magazine featuring Sinkie. Prince Harry to be honored living legend of aviation. There you have it. Lady Sinkie, the new global sensation. What else did it say? With Archie as he turns 5. And what is the other one? 5 ways to rescue a bullied hen. So very clever. Hats off to the squatty who created this. I think it is genius. But yeah, so I can't take credit for the Vogue cover, but that is my cover for single ladies. All the Sinkie ladies, all the Sinkie ladies. If you like it, then you gotta put a wing on it. If you like it, then you gotta put a wing on it. Oh. Or if you it's odd how many times I have sat here making chicken sounds, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
but anyway, ain't nobody got time for that. So take a look here. I tell you, sometimes you never know where you'll end up. Sinkie was once stuck in a stone, actually, that's a stone sink. Looks like it's made of sandstone. But yeah, that basin, that sink, is at Ellen DeGeneres' estate. And that is where Sinkie had to seek shelter after she was viciously attacked by the other hens. They were just pecking at her. They were so jealous. They just kept pecking and pecking until they broke her fibula. And it took 4 weeks for it to heal. And in that time, wisely, Ellen DeGeneres had to find someplace else for Sinkie to live because life was too tough over at Ellen's place. So they sent Sinkie over to the Sussexes, where they actually had room for another chicken and the, Archie's chick in. So that's where Sinkie is now, and Sinkie is thriving over at Archie's Chick Inn. I mean, check it out. See there? That is Archie's Chick Inn. So you can see there on the left, that is the same photo that you see there on the right. And that is Sinkie walking around, enjoying it, living her best life over at the Sussexes. And part of being there with Harry and Meghan is the fact that they have those spiritual, what is it, Pilates classes or whatever, where she can, really center her universe, center her chi. Yeah, she can reach her chi or her feng shui. And of course, now that I'm over 50, I'm not even sure I can reach my feng shui, but Sinkie probably can. So there is a happy ending. There's a silver lining to every cloud. And one of the artists, Amelia E. Noyes, as you can see, she has created this image of Sinkie, kind of an abstract image of Sinkie. And on the left side, you can see Sinkie has a companion, and they're just lounging by the pool over at the stately, palatial, opulent, and yet picturesque Sussex Manor. Yeah, over at the Sussex Manor, Sinkie is living her best life. We should all be as lucky as Sinkie. I don't know if I would want my fibula fractured, but if having a fractured fibula can afford that lifestyle, then I don't know. I'd take my chances. I'd take my chances. First, I have to figure out if I have a fibula. Then I have to figure out if I can reach my fibula. Um, You know what? If my fibula ever gets an itch, then I'll know exactly where it is. So stay tuned for that one. Okay. So this is fun, right? Check it out. Delusional trolls, unhinged failures, liars, unbalanced, irrational, mean, demented, maniacs. You guys, the Sussex squad has been working overtime. Thanks to the squaddie who added this on the social media. That's a lot of fun, right? Words can be found in any direction, including diagonal. and can overlap each other. Use the word bank below. So I've found a few words myself, but maybe I'll put this on the community tab so you guys can have access to it. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll put it on the community tab later, and then you can, if you have a printer, you can print it out or whatever. But or you can try to do a screenshot, but it's not going to be very clear, I suspect. But I'll leave it there for a minute. But yeah, you can see trolls. I can see unhinged at the bottom, second from the bottom. Well, I don't want to tell you though. That I don't. I should leave it to you so you can have the fun of doing it yourself. Sinkie is living her best life. If you like it, then you gotta put a wing on it. If you like it, then you gotta put a wing on it. Oh man. If you like it, then you gotta put a wing on it. Okay. That was fun. And here's another depiction. I'm telling you, thank you to the squatties. They have been working overtime, making fun of the derangers. The derangers prayer. X, meaning, of course, Twitter. X, grant me the serenity to accept the lies of my tribe, the courage to dutifully share bad photoshops, and the $8 to pay for the blue check mark. Yeah, that is the Deranger's prayer. That sounds accurate, though. I think so. Maybe one of the squatties have tapped into that whatever underground secret organization of derangers. Maybe that's what happened. They have tapped into that secret underground group of derangers that have wreaked havoc over these Twitter streets. Okay. And then, of course, the Sussex squad, the squatties, have come up with this one. Rotor Rats. The 5 stages of grief of the Rotor Rats. Stage 1, denial. They'll be back. Stage 2, anger. Good riddance. You're irrelevant. You're finished. Stage 3, please come back so we can have you under our control. And then, of course, there's stage 4, depression. Why won't they give us access? Please, we need to know what they are doing. And number 5, acceptance. Gonna take a while to get to 5. So we've seen the anger one. Let me see who had the anger. Well, I know Edwards, Arthur Edwards, he was the one who said, please come back. So Arthur Edwards is number 3. And was that Richard K? Gosh, was that Richard K? Was that the one that was like, we need to know what they're doing? Anyway, it was one of them that was saying, we need to know what they're doing. I shared that video the other day, and I don't remember. But yeah, we need to know what they're doing. We want to know what they're doing. It's our right to know what they're doing. And if they would just get back on social media so we can know what they're doing. They got a lot of nerves. They got a lot of nerves. You guys, I was trying to find a picture of that pie because I wanted to show you what I just cooked. And I don't see it. If I knew what it was called, it's not shepherd pie, but oh, it was Richard K. Thank you so much. Richard K. Okay, let me go get the box so I can show you. Steak and stout. Okay, I see what it is. It's called steak and stout pie. Trader Joe's steak and stout pie. That's it right there. Okay, I am going to show it to you. Give me just a second here. Let me bring up the photo so you can see what I just cooked. Okay, so I do this, bring that up. Okay, got this, got it. Okay, are you ready for the big reveal? Ta-da! It takes about 55 minutes to cook it, but that is the Trader Joe's steak and stout pie. I'll let you know. I haven't eaten it yet, obviously, because I'm here, but I prefer to cook it while I'm busy so I won't keep looking at it. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of those people, I keep pulling the oven open and is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? So I'd rather cook it and leave it and then eat it later than to keep fussing with it. So the clerk at the store told me that when he tried it, it was delicious, but he said that the crust kind of dried out a little bit. So I'm doing an experiment. I cooked this one with just the regular crust. The next one, I'm going to coat it with some olive oil and see if that helps. So I don't know, but it may be perfect this time. I don't know. But I told him I would do an experiment and I'll get back to him. Let him know which was better. Oh, really? I made one of those a couple months ago. And how was it? Oh, it looks like, I think it's about 4 inches in diameter. So I think that, you know, with whatever vegetables, it should be like a whole meal. But they come 2 in a box. Let me see, what was the weight? Okay, so 20 ounces. So, oh, that's a pound and 4. Okay, so 20 ounces. That's a pound and 4 ounces. So, yeah, well, yeah, that's about right. You probably got about 3 ounces of protein in there. Looks good though, but the one that I took out the oven does not look like that. They never do, right? They never do. It doesn't look like that. But I'll let you guys know. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm so glad. Yeah, so when I need to put something in the oven that's got to cook like that, I'll rather do it while I'm online and then go and deal with it later. Hey, Lydia, I didn't know you were here. Okay, so take a look there. You cannot make this up. The toxic British media journalists are now reduced to reporting on chicken. A chicken, a wonderful chicken, a chicken in America. Hey, Kensington Royal, how's that invisible contract working out for you? By the way, FBI wants a word with Andrew, the sick old man. I'm telling you, the Sussex squad is a cut up, right? So if you take a look there, Chris, who I don't feel like I need to hide Chris's thing because Chris has been actually shown in like the Daily Mail, and some of the squaddies, their comments make it to the Daily Mail. I don't know if you guys know that, but not just the Daily Mail, but when they show like comments from people on Twitter, there are quite a few times. Well, I think I've showed you that before where they have actually been part of the story. So right here, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle adopt Ellen DeGeneres' chicken named Sinkie after being bullied by her flock and will now live out her days at the couple's, there, wait for it, $14.5 million Montecito mansion. And who wrote that story? The daughter of Dixie herself, Carolyn Graham, the one I mentioned yesterday. The Carolyn Graham who courageously climbed Mount St. Thomas Markle and came down with a letter, allegedly. But yeah, this is one of the possible people that may have helped get access to Meghan's personal letter to her dad, the letter that eventually was printed in the Daily Mail. She actually moved or relocated to Mexico so that she could spend time with Thomas Markle Sr. And anyway, I don't know of too many people that would have a stomach for it, but you know what they say, sometimes you got to take one for the team. But if anybody asks me, did you get the letter? No. He tried to, and you didn't get the letter. No. Go back in there and get that letter.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yes, if somebody told me to do what I had to do to get that letter from Thomas Markle Sr., that's my reaction.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I said, ain't nobody got time for that. But in this case, you know what they said? Okay. Ugh. Ugh. So right here, Princess Meghan. There you can see our Princess Meghan. It says Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, latest coffee business. Well, this is from earlier in 2023. Harry's wife promotes the CLEVR brand and appears in their video on social media. Well, as you can see, that paper seems to be of a foreign extraction. So I think that was a little misogynistic to say Harry's wife, as though she's not her own person. But and then Le Prez, is it Le Prezi? Le Prez? They say Meghan Markle, the coffee's latest business of Duchess of Sussex, Harry's wife promotes the brand CLEVR blend, CLEVR that is, and appear in the video on social media, February 28th, 2023. Another business for Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, backs and invests in CLEVR, a brand. So that is, the way it was translated. But there you go. You understand. So there you go. That is what they were saying about it last year. Now, if you fast forward to this year, Meghan's investment seems to have paid off, or is paying off, because Jumpin' Jack Flash, is that CLEVR blend at Target? Well, one of the squatties actually took a photo of it and shared it for all to see. So there you can see that is how CLEVR looks on the shelves at Target. At Target. I'm happy for our Duchess, but yeah, so that's what it looks like on the shelves at Target. And take a look here. This, I believe this is the video that they were referring to from 2023. Yeah, this wasn't the most recent video. This was the one from last year, earlier last year. And let's give a shout out to Oprah Winfrey, who was nice enough to make a video for the CLEVR blend. If you recall, Oprah received a gift basket from Meghan, and she went and started making her CLEVR blend, and she liked it so much she actually made a little video to recommend it as one of her favorite things. And then for Christmas, it ended up in the favorite things Christmas catalog for 2021. So, well, not catalog, but issue of O Magazine. And there's my CLEVR blend. When I received my first order of CLEVR blend, you can see my frother. That's that silver thing there. And then there's the CLEVR blend tumbler, which comes, well, it's a thermos. It's thermal. And it comes with a top that is also made of metal. So I believe it's aluminum or stainless steel. And you can keep your stuff warm for a while with that. And it even has a little carrying pouch. I would say that was quite clever. Huh? And let me see. Is this yes, we're almost done, you guys. This is our last thing for today. This is it for today. I'm going to tell you about this very feisty 97-year-old woman. 97. Her name is Opal Lee, and Opal Lee awarded childhood home by Trinity Habitat for Humanities. On June 19th, 1939, a 12-year-old Opal Lee first witnessed racial acts with her own eyes. At a young age, Lee became a victim of racism and injustice, watching as her family land was stripped from her hands. That's right. Her family lost their home. They had just moved into an all-white neighborhood, and a mob of people drove them out. They destroyed their home and ran them out of town. They had to move. And of course, they lost the money. They lost ownership of the land. So I'm going to play that sound bite. And then after that, we're going to wrap it up. And I will see you all tomorrow. If you want to see that, that is a Steve Hartman report. And it was on CBS. So, yeah, beautiful story. Oh, you heard her mention twerking, huh? Black Queen, out of all of that joyous, lovely, goosebump-inducing information, that's what you walked away with was twerking. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Yes, 97-year-old women twerk. But yeah, she jumped out of an SUV. When she got, it took her a minute to get out, of course, but she got out with her own, energy. And when she stepped to the ground, she say, "Now, which way do we go?" Oh, and she closed her own car door. She closed her own car door. So don't let them see that over in Narnia, but she closed her own car door. So anyway, that is it for today. There is our queen, Doria, the rock of the Sussex family, and of course, Diana, who is the very spirit of the Sussex family. And one of the reasons why we're all here is because if it wasn't for Diana, that family wouldn't even be on the map right now. People would have a casual interest in the royal family. But if anything has continued their global brand and even brought it into modernity, it definitely has been Princess Diana. It was a thankless job, but at least we got Harry. At least we got Harry. So anyway, thank you very much. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a very safe space. And thank you all for your generous and thoughtful super chats and super stickers. Black Queen, Joyce, Yvette Davis, Legs, Elaine Parker, Legs, Connie Balmer, Legs, and YM Droid. Okay, so that's it. I will see you guys. Love you. See you tomorrow. And I am going to ginger avenger us out of here because I got me some steak and stout waiting for me. I just checked it too. It's still warm. Okay, so
Ain't nobody got time for that.